Okay, hi. My name is Garrett Ford. I'm a senior in high school. I live in Olathe, Kansas, and this is my statistical presentation number 1. I'm having a little bit of technological difficulties, so hopefully it works this time. I'm going to try to move through it a little bit faster than I was planning on. Yeah, I hope it works. So for my presentation topic, I chose a baseball statistic, which is going to be slash line today. So slash line is essentially a short compilation grouped like this of 3 different baseball statistics, those statistics being batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. So we'll go ahead. Basically what it helps us measure is how well a player is doing in a variety of different categories, and I'll show you a little bit later why we look at all 3 of them instead of just one. So that first stat here, 340 in our example, is going to be batting average. So batting average is generated from simply how many times a player gets a hit. So if a player has a 250 batting average, that means they reach base on average. They get a hit on average 2.5 times out of 10 at-bats, 25 times out of 100 at-bats, and so on. 250 might seem like a low average, but actually if you bat around 300 for your career, you are most likely going to be a Hall of Famer. Another way of looking at that is you can be a hitter, an MLB hitter, fail 7 out of 10 times at the plate, and still be considered a elite caliber player. So that's batting average. The second number here is going to be our on-base percentage. On-base percentage is another percentage pretty similar to batting average, but it does factor in walks as well instead of just hits. On-base percentage is used to calculate how often a player gets on base in any way, excluding a fielding error. Here's our formula for it right here, as you can see. So this is not too much different from batting average, but it is still extremely valuable because it's easy to measure. It's really easy to measure, and it shows how good a player is at hitting, walking, and putting the ball in play productively instead of just hits. So our third number here, this one they use as 520 in the example, that's going to be our slugging percentage. So slugging percentage is a percentage that represents the average amount of bases reached per at-bat. So in baseball, a single is 1 base. You get to go to first base when you get a single. A double is 2 bases, a triple is 3, and a home run is 4. So slugging percentage is considered slightly superior to batting average because it factors in the quality of hits that a player is getting. Unlike on base percentage, it does not factor in walks. So here's the formula. As you can see, doubles, triples, and home runs are each weighted 2, 3, and 4 respectively. This accounts for the fact that a double is worth more and more helpful in a game than a single. A triple is better than both of those, and a home run better than all 3. So it weights it by the amount of bases, which helps bases you get, which helps weight extra base hits for players. So slugging percentage rewards players for hitting extra base hits. An extra base hit is any hit besides a single, and it gives extra value to those hits, unlike batting average. So here is a whole bunch of stat leaders for this last season. These are the leaders here. It's a bunch of stats from the last season that just ended not too long ago. Here's what we're looking at right here. This is our slash line. As you can see, it's set up exactly the same. We have our batting average, our on-base percentage, and our slugging percentage. So slash lines are used on a week-to-week, month-to-month, yearly, and career basis. It's more beneficial to show these slash lines instead of looking at just one particular stat, because while they are similar percentages, they have some differences to them that are really valuable to look at. And also there is a little variation in them. So some players could have a higher on-base percentage than players that have a high average, batting average. And also, some players with an extremely high slugging percentage could have a really low on base percentage. So that's why looking at one isn't always the best method. I'll show a couple examples here. Our first example, I'm going to group it by average, so it's going to show us highest to lowest batting average. So we're going to look at Luis Ariz. He had the fourth highest batting average in the whole league this year, which is really good. He had a 314 batting average. But if we click on base percentage, he is nowhere in the top 15, and actually he's quite a bit lower than 15. Same with slugging. He's not in the top 15 or really anywhere close in slugging percentage either. This is because Luis Ariz hits a lot of singles, which is good, but he doesn't walk a lot and he doesn't get a lot of extra base hits. So his value is really mostly just in average instead of all three. On the flip side of that, if we look at number 3 and number 5, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, these players both won the MVP award, Most Valuable Player, for their respective leagues this year. So we can see they're 3 and 5 in average. If we click on base percentage, they're going to be 1 and 5, and slugging percentage, they're going to be 1 and 2. So they are top 5 in all three of those categories, which shows really why they won the Most Valuable Player award. So in conclusion, baseball statistics has always really been a huge interest of mine, and honestly, it's a large part of why I decided to take statistics this semester. The addition of tracking stats in sports has really changed the entire landscape of sports and provided a ton of information that we never would have gotten without that. And analysts and teams can use them to recruit players in other ways besides just the eye test. Here's my bibliography here. This was a good project, and I enjoyed talking about something that I'm interested in and explaining what a slash line is. Thank you.